sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house. Baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go wild. Welcome to my house. Play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go wild. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Morning comes and you know that. Hey guys, hey, it's me, Misha Lee. Hey, over there on Instagram. Thank you for coming. Hey, today is that day you want to get up and get some good music going. I want to talk to you real shortly, real briefly, because we have had a lot of activity going on over here in my neighborhood. But again, my name is Misha Lee, and I'm your host for the Mojo Show. What does Mojo mean? Motivation, optimism, joy, and a little bit of advice. So thank you so much for jumping on. Make sure you share this post off. I'm getting ready to give you guys some really good news that's gonna help you get a little bit of joy going on in your life. I mean, for real. Who don't need to be happy right now? Who don't need it? This is something. So this morning, if you've seen any of my live streams, we had an amazing situation that I didn't even know was gonna happen this morning. Hey, Lil Bree. Hey, Rain. How y'all doing? A guy, my neighbor across the street, had been gone for about 6 months. And I knew that he had been sick. I knew that his wife had cancer. And she battled it. She won, yay, for my neighbor across the street. But I didn't know that her husband immediately got sick, and he's been down for, man, I think about 5 or 6 months. He's ex-military. Some situations happened. He had some whole bunch of surgeries. I think he had like 4 surgeries back to back. Some of them with his heart. Just a whole lot of stuff going on in the midst of this COVID virus. The outbreak is, he had to go between dialysis, a whole bunch of treatments. And so I wake up this morning and I'm kind of dragging because I'm like, okay, let me get up. I got to do the show today because I didn't get a chance to come on yesterday. And I was just like, Lord, please help me. And, sometimes we be in our own little world, we be in our own little box, we be in our own little situation sometimes where we don't think about what's going on around us. We don't think about the opportunities that we have. And I just want to tell you right now, it's time to get out your box. It's time for you to get out your box. I know that we have lost a lot. We have lost a 2020. 2020 is, thank you so much for the compliment. The 20 rain stop. 2020 came in with like 2020. I remember when 2019 came in, it came in celebrating us. It was so nice and easy. 2020 came in with the machete and hacksaw. Like 2020 and came in here messing a whole bunch of us up. I mean, literally has shut the whole country down. Everybody been on pause, and it's really a easy thing for a lot of us to run to our familiar places. When we go through a lot, when you go through stuff in life, it's real easy for you to run back home to your hometown, run back home to your mom, and then run back home to the ex, run back home to something that you're familiar with because at least you know how to deal with it. And a lot of times, I know for me, that's what I have done. I'll revert and go back to, oh, I need to hold on to every penny I got. I need to make sure I put this money up. I need to make sure you dip, or you edge off, and you end up back in the same situation in a cycle that you cannot seem to break, in a cycle that seems like it will never, ever break. When I tell you I am the queen of cycles, and after 52 years and seeing life from the perspective that I see it, one thing I know for sure, and 6 things for certain. It's time for us to get out the box. As painful as it may seem to move on, as hurtful as it may seem to have to walk away from some things, you got to be able to move out that box, because staying in this box is not going to help any of us. I seen a meme where somebody had like, y'all know the house, when you're on house arrest, you have them ankle monitors on your ankle. And basically they were saying that COVID got us all on house arrest, which basically is what's going on, the stay at home orders. But as we begin to move forward and open up and we see all the different things that are going on, of course you want to move with caution. You got to begin to focus on what your next move is. Whether it's your next move when it comes to your business, whether it's next move, whether it's going to come to your personal life, relationships, whatever it is, you got to begin to take things seriously, and you got to give yourself an opportunity to do something new. Give yourself an opportunity. Let me tell you something. Loss is devastating. I can speak from a very, very intimate space when it comes to loss, because in these 5 months of 2020, I have lost more family members in 5 months than I've lost in the last 20 years. And that's crazy. I'm talking about aunties, first cousins. I'm talking about people that are very, very close to me. We have literally lost those people within the last 5 months, more people than I ever lost in over the last 15 and 20 years that's been close to me. And that's extremely hurtful. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of fear. I don't know about you, but I'm like most of us, when we see people pass away, especially people that are younger than us or people close to us, that puts a measure of fear in your heart. And it's a reality check to let you know, hey, look, the time you think you got, it may or may not be here. And that's a hard thing that a lot of us don't want to talk about and discuss. But do you want to spend whatever time God has given you to do what you need to do stuck in a box? Do you want to spend whatever time that you're supposed to have right shot up a whole Sunday in this earth, serving him, being there for your kids, being there for your partner, being there for your family members? Do you want to spend the time that you do have left stuck in a box, not moving? What are you afraid of? Why would you? Let me tell you something about fear. Fear will 100% paralyze you. And I have a lot of people that tell me, oh, well, you come on and do that show every day. Why do you do the show? Why don't you do something else? Why don't you sell this or sell this? Let me tell you something. I can offer you all the things for you to spend money in the world that I possibly can. But I'm going to tell you something. This right here, I don't do this just for one person. I do it for all people. Because when I realized during 50/50 that I was connecting with people who were dealing with the same stuff that I dealt with, I feel like this is my calling to be in this space. But you have to understand something, that you don't have the time that you think you have to try to get a lot of stuff right. So now you have to look at yourself. You stuck in a box and you feel like, well, I don't know how to do this, or I'm afraid if I step out and do this. Guess what? Do it wrong. Step out and do it wrong. I would rather see you step out of the box and mess it up than you sit in that box and figure out 6 ways not to get out. Every box that you in got 6 reasons that you don't need to be, that you need to be in there. Think about it. A box got 6 sides, and it's 6 reasons that you can always at least find out why you shoulda, coulda, woulda, coulda did something. But you only need one reason to get out the box. Just one. You only need one motivation. How hard is it for you to maintain those 6 reasons to stay stuck in the space that you're in, versus finding one good reason for you to get out? Just one. It ain't even got to be important to nobody but you. It ain't even got to matter to nobody but you. But it's time for us to be able to put ourselves in a position where we move out of those small spaces, where we move out of the small spaces in our mind. I'm not talking about the physical, because nothing in your physical life is going to change until you change your mental and your what's going on inside of you. Everything that you do, everything that you see people do is a residual of what they thought about and what's going on inside of them. And getting out the box has less to do with the physical things that you do versus the mental things that you do. I'm telling you, I went through that 49-hour prayer, and it was amazing, and it opened up some portals for me. It brought some things to the forefront for me to remember. Being in a box might feel comfortable for you. Being in a space, because it's familiar, for anything that you're familiar with, that's what you're going to go back to. But sometimes it's time for you to create a new familiar space for yourself. Being at home as a beauty salon owner during this COVID-19 has given me a chance to, number one, rest, to get some rest, to actually literally sleep. It's kind of rough the first few weeks. I was up going like, I get up every morning doing this because I'm so used to it. And the only reason I keep doing all this is because I eventually am going to go back to it. And I don't want to break this cycle, because, honey, that ain't no good look without this cycle. And I'm just playing. But for real, it's just a habit that I have developed that has helped me be successful in the way that I've been successful. And another thing that I want you to do too is start redefining your definition of success. The dictionary, Webster's dictionary, the Oxford dictionary, those are people that have sat around and decided what the majority say success is. But I'm going to tell you something. Your success could simply be you making your bed up in the morning. Your success could simply be you satisfying the relationships that have been so damaged in your life at now and ending them, whether y'all move forward as friends or whether y'all agree to disagree and go your separate ways. Getting things right in your life really matter. Making sure that you put those relationships together and stack them the way that they need to stack matter. All these things affect everything that you do. This is a time, especially for those of us that are out of work, that are furloughed, laid off, shut down for whatever reason. This is a time for you to reevaluate. I know a lot of you might be going through some down times. I hear a lot of people in the beauty industry are going through depression. They just it's a withdrawal. It's almost like bringing somebody off of drugs. You're withdrawn. A lot of us sink our whole souls into our businesses. We like to say keep your business and personal life separate, but I'm gonna be honest with you. My business is personal. It's very personal to me. I have been serving most of my clients for over 20 years. It's very difficult for me not to have some type of attachment to them, some type of situation. I am a small business. I'm not a corporation where I'm 10 people removed from the people who actually supply or come and buy the product. I am directly affected by the people that purchase the products and that sit in front of me. And so being that type of provider is very difficult a lot of times for us to shake those things off before we get home. But now is the time for you to reevaluate some things. I want you to really think about stepping out the box. It's a lot of ideas that you might have, a lot of opportunities that might shed your way. I'm not telling you to jump on in and everything, but I'm telling you right now, don't be afraid to do something different because you don't know. You have no clue who's on the other side of this thing waiting for you. You have no clue who's on the other side needing you. I have two people that sent me messages yesterday that just totally confirmed what it is that I'm doing every single day, every single week. And this is the last thing that this is the last thing I'm gonna say to you for this today. You don't know who's waiting for you to do what it is that you need to do. The moment that you walk, in spite of everything that you see, and start working towards your passion, the confirmation will come. A lot of times we wait for the confirmation to come while we're stuck in the box. Well, believe it or not, the reason you might not have been confirmed yet is because you're in a box. You covered up. Can't nothing get to you. You got to open up that door. You got to open up at least one side of that box. Peek out. And that confirmation will come once you start doing things. Stop waiting for the fleecing and for the moon and the skies and the stars, everything to blow up. It's not like that. That's not how it works. Success is a progress. Success does not happen overnight. A lot of times you think that when people become successful, it happens overnight. But if you read their story, this has been a journey for them. This is a journey that they started on a long time ago. And until you start on your personal journey, until you get serious about the journey that you're trying to take, until you take it like it's supposed to be something that you're doing, you'll always be somewhere lollygagging and playing with it and wondering what shoulda, coulda, if. That ain't what you want to do. Step out there, and if you step out there and mess up, that's the best thing in the world that could happen to you. You know why? Because at least you found out what not to do. Now you get to recalibrate and try it again. And you want to do that as many times as it is necessary because you might get it wrong 6 times, but all you need to do is get it right once and everything will work out for you. So be encouraged today, step out the box, rethink if everything that you've been trying to do since you've been out of work has not worked, if everything that you've been working on seemed like it got you running around in circles, lay it down, take a few steps back and recalibrate that thing. This is something that I learned for myself. And I have not talked about none of my notes, none. Let me tell you something. This is real talk. This is real talk. And if you got any comments or questions, y'all drop them right in the box because I answer them. But let me tell you something. One thing that I learned about playing mind games, I play a lot of games on my cell phone that develop your cognitive thinking because I love to stay sharp and anything that helps me develop critical thinking. Because those are the type of things that we use on a daily basis, and especially as a leader, as a business owner, as somebody who's self-employed, you have to be able to use your cognitive responses have to be on point, and you have to be able to do critical thinking in a very short amount of time because all the time we get hit with things, it's not always there. We don't always have a team. I don't work with a team of about 30 people that tell me, hey, Mish, we see this is what we need to do. This is trajectory. We need to do this with graphing, with plotting this. Thank you so much for sharing the post. I don't work with a team like that. I have a team that work with me of about 7 people that work intimately with me with my business. And these 7 people are people About 3 of them I've been working with for a really, really long time. And the other ones are people that I've met in the industry, not necessarily in the beauty industry, that I've connected with, and they help me build my platforms and everything out. But here's the thing that I had to learn about that. You sometimes have to take a whole step back and recalibrate. And when I say recalibrate, that means I need you to cut everything off, every way that you think, every way your mom and them taught you how to think, every way that you learn how to think about everybody. I'm talking about everybody. I mean, everybody, teachers, everybody. Sometimes you got to cut all that off. Start off with a clean slate. Take a few steps back and take a step over to the right and to the left. Because oftentimes, if you're anything like me, you've been trying to hit and solve and build your business based off a straight view. You're very focused, you're laser focused, and this is the only part. Like you right here, this is what you're looking at. You like aim straight in the middle, and this is where I'm focused. No distractions to the left, to the right, above, all around. This is where I'm at. I'm right here and I'm not moving. But sometimes that's the problem. Sometimes you need to take a step back, break your focus off of everything. Take a look around you and maybe shift over to the right a little bit or shift over to the left a little bit. And sometimes you have to do a whole 90-degree and get on the whole other side of this thing. Sometimes you got to do a whole 35 or 45 just to make sure you're in a whole different angle of this thing. The moment that I begin to think like that, the moment that I the moment that I begin to look at every situation, from my relationships to how I handle my children, how I handle my business, how I deal with family members, how I deal with the church, how I deal with everything, my bills, everything. The moment that, and I kind of figured that out because I play, like I said, the little games that I play require me to think differently. They require me to stop always wanting to go down the same path. This one little game that I play, it causes you to where you have to take these balls and move the sand and dig holes. And believe it or not, I kept playing the game, and I had tried it about 15 or 20 times and realized, dang, I keep doing it the same way. But in my mind was like, it'll work. Keep trying, because you almost got it. But then one time I was like, okay, let me stop. And I looked at it and I clicked the hint, and the hint told me to do something totally different. When I did it that one time, the way the hint told me to do it, I got it. And it clicked in my mind. I said, that's how I need to be in my business. That's how I got to start being in my life. I got to stop, take a step back, do it something totally different, do it totally against what you normally would do. Get out of the box. Change your mindset. The way everybody say you're supposed to be depressed and sad for the next year or so and cry and do this and you got outbursts and it's okay for you to act this way. Be something totally different. Get out of the box. The moment that I took a simple little game off of Facebook and begin to use that same mindset in my life, that's when I begin to see things shift. The whole time I was doing things right, but I was doing it from a wrong position. Sometimes the things that you're doing it right, but you just in the wrong position. So don't be afraid to make that shift today. Don't be afraid to get out of that box today. Don't be afraid to let people look you down on the nose and say, what is she doing? Or why is he doing that? Why they don't ever do this? Oh, when did they start doing that? Oh, that's new. That's what they're doing. Let me tell you something. The 4 or 5 little people, I'm gonna say it again. The 4 or 5 little people, and this for y'all on Instagram too. The 4 or 5 little people that for some reason you esteem so high that you got on this pedestal that's gonna say something to you in a derogatory way, a judgmental way, or even maybe a challenging way, cannot be the compass for what it is that you know you need to be doing and new thing that you're doing. Because let me tell you something. Why those 6 people over there not understanding? Hear what I say is 6 people, a box, 6 people. Why those 6 people over here giving you all this right here that they giving you? You got millions of people out here who will say yes. Why those 6 little people that you've been dealing with for 20, 15, 30 years is telling you, well, I don't know that you need to do this. Well, we find the way we are. Are you sure this is what you need to be doing? Because your age, you got things you don't really need this no more. Let me tell you something. Why those people sitting here putting that in your ear, you got a million people out here who will tell you, yes, go ahead. We got you. We'll support you. But you'll never meet those people. You will never be in front of those people. You will never get an opportunity to present to those people as long as you're listening to those few little people that's got you stuck right there. They got you stuck in a place that you don't even know how to get out of. That's the truth and everything on it. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. The moment that I decided that, and I tell my kids, I love my children. I tell my kids, I said, don't you worry about what nobody say about what you're getting ready to do. I said, and I love you, but don't worry about what I say. You do what you know is to do. You do what you know you're supposed to be doing in your heart. Follow your dream, follow your passion, and do it 100%. And I don't care if you have 100 naysayers. For every 100 naysayers, you got a whole nother 1,000 that'll tell you yes. That's you. Usually the people that will tell you no is just a small percentage of the people that'll tell you yes. When y'all start these online businesses and these classes, y'all think I don't get people looking at my class? Oh, ain't nobody studying that. Oh, I get negativity all the time, but guess what I do? If my people in my class or my live don't get them, I don't care what they say. Because while you sitting here being a hater and could get something from it, I got 100 over people over here on my inbox popping my messages like it's popcorn. I ain't never, ever, never, ever, never, ever in my whole life of being online seen my inbox jump the way that it jumped. I didn't even know your inbox could do that. First time I seen it, I thought I was having a glitch in my cell phone. I thought I had a glitch in I was like, oh, what's wrong with my iPhone? I just got this new iPhone. It's messed up. And my daughter said, what's wrong? I said, why the messages jumping? She said, Mom, that's because so many people hitting you up. I was like, for real? Because I didn't even know. I didn't even know that that's what happens when people in your inbox, that when you switch over to it, and I thought something was wrong with my phone. But if I had listened to the 6 people, if I had listened to that small percentage of people who told me to do it this way instead of doing it that way, guess what? I wouldn't be here right now today. And I'm 100% convinced that getting out the box that one way is far more rewarding, far more satisfying, far more life completing than staying in the box. Because as long as you're in that box, people can't see your potential. As long as you're in that box, people really can't see what you know that you can do. A lot of you know that you can do stuff. You know you better. You know you should be on bigger platforms and in front of more people. But because you're in a box, can't nobody see that. Can't nobody see it. Except for the people that dig in little peepholes and can kind of put one eye in. That's it. And those are people that's telling you, girl, come on out of here. Man, what you doing? Come on. Stop playing with your life. Stop playing with your time. If 2020 haven't taught any of us but one thing, is that your time is valuable. Not just because your time equals money, but your time is valuable because you don't get no more of it back. You can lose $1 million and get it back. 2 things you don't get back in life. That's your time and opportunity to tell somebody that you love them. Because if you don't tell them you love them today and they're gone, you might not get that chance again. What you didn't do this morning, you don't get it back again. But I guess, let me tell you what you can do. And I'm getting off of here. Thank you so much for the compliments, guys. Oh, yeah. The comment. Right, exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to get on off here. Thank you over there on Instagram. I'm going to tell you something. At the end of the day, you wake up to one person every single day. The first person you wake up to is yourself. It's God and yourself. If God had told you and then put something in your heart for you to do, organize that thing. Get with a coach or a mentor, somebody that can help you strategically plot that thing. Get focused on that one thing. Get your mind set on doing that one thing. He might have given you 10 ideas, but let me tell you something. You can't fry but one piece of fish at a time. You can't cook but one piece of fish at a time, baby. In a little pan, you can't cook with one piece. You might be able to cook 2 pieces, but if it's some good fish from like where we fish from, and you split them bad boys open, and you got a cast iron pan with you ain't putting but 2 pieces in there at a time. Now you can put 3 or 4 pieces in there, but they ain't gonna cook right. They're gonna be undone, and it ain't gonna be golden. It ain't gonna be pretty. It's not. You can't cook with 1 to 2 pieces of fish at a time, baby. Focus on that piece that you got. Feed yourself. Grow it, nurture it. And this is the thing that I had to figure out. Once I began to nurture that one thing, Once I began to nurture this one thing, then I began to be able to reach up and grab the other stuff and plug it in. I said, oh, I remember I had this idea. Let me pull this up. I remember, oh, that fit right there. See, usually you really only truly have one huge idea, one huge purpose, one huge goal. And all that other amazing stuff that's in your head that pops up about how you want to do this and how you think about do this, all those things fit. But what you're not supposed to do is pursue all of them at the same time. That wears you thin and you get burned out too quick. No, 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 no. Focus on that one thing. Focus on that one thing that you got. And as you move along, focusing on that one thing, all those little other pieces that you got everywhere are beginning to make sense to you. And you'll know exactly where they need to go. You know exactly how you're supposed to use them. And you know exactly what you need to do with them. So this is a reason that you only need one way out of that box. The box gonna hold you down 6 ways, but you don't need but one. Thank you so much, guys. I absolutely love you. Love, love, love you. Thank you for sharing all my posts, liking my posts. Thank you for the love. My name is Misha Lee. You can follow me across all social media as Misha Lee. Make sure that you go to YouTube and follow my YouTube channel because I do upload videos on my YouTube that I don't hear, all kinds of helpful videos, especially if you're in the beauty industry. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel today. It's the Misha Lee. I look forward to seeing you. I love you guys over there on Instagram. Thank you for all the hearts and love. Facebook, y'all know y'all my heart. I absolutely love you guys. Be encouraged, be inspired. And for you Mojo Warriors, y'all get ready because I'm going to drop some nuggets over there in that group. So make sure that you power up. Go ahead over to the Mojo Warrior group so you can get the next installment of what it is that we're supposed to be doing. Don't forget, y'all had some assignments y'all should have been doing. So make sure y'all take care of those things. I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. Y'all have a beautiful day. Enjoy yourself. Fix you some ice cream and do something good for yourself today. Today is Thursday. Today is Thursday. You ain't got nothing else to do. Go ahead and fix something nice for yourself. Talk to you later. Make sure you share my post. Bye-bye.